Hello, everyone. Welcome again. I am Priya Patra, the lead of Women Power of Network, and we have Cecilia Boji on the call today. She is our Latin America lead. Cecilia, would you want to say hi to everyone?
Hello, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and have a wonderful session today. Thank you, Priya.
Thank you, Cecilia. Please say hello to each other and let us know from where you have joined in today. Join at menti.com. Use the code 8376 6089. And the link will be there on the chat window as well. Some housekeeping rules. We are all here to celebrate our community. We are all speaking on individual capacity. Our views expressed here do not in any way represent the organization that we work for. This meeting has been recorded, you have already guessed, and in case you are uncomfortable in any way, please feel free to hop off out the event. If not, you are welcome to join our celebration. Please continue to say hello to each other on the Menti poll, menti.com 83766089. But like always, we will talk about little about our community. The theme of this year was Remarkable and Rising. And this is our community, Women Power of Network, which was incepted in January 2020. We are not a business, but we are a community with a purpose. We have a lot of women in our virtual community, and this is around 900 plus women who are there in the different groups that we have on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. Our vision is to empower everyone with the right support, skill to transform the future. And right now, we are just providing this platform to enhance our leadership qualities. We truly believe being good enough is amazing, and we really do not need to be an expert to help each other or power each other up. And when such good enough people come together, we power each other up, and that's why we say we power up and together we rise. And before we move on, we would like to put our hands together for our partners who are supporting us for the last 5 years now. PMI Slovenia, PMI Buenos Aires, Argentina, PMO officers, IAPM, Agnostic Agile, Scrum Day London, and Agile Spain. We have Carla on the call today. She is our partner from Agile Spain. And you will hear amazing stories from her as well. And Peers Insight. Our technology partner is Smart Work AR, and the link will be there on the chat window, and I see it. Please visit their site. They do pretty cool things with AR and VR. And with this, I hand over the stage to Cecilia to talk about the theme of the year and what we have been doing last year.
Thank you, Priya. A recap on our focus for this year is encapsulated in the theme Remarkable and Rising. Leadership is not a title, it's a journey and one of self-discovery, resilience, and transformation. Remarkable and Rising is more than just a theme, it's a movement. It's all about recognizing our unique strengths, transcending limitation, and systematically evolving into the most powerful version of ourselves. This year, we embrace bold aspirations, continuous learning, and unwavering self-belief. Let us support one another in breaking barriers, amplifying our voices, and stepping into the spaces we belong, where we belong. Together, as a community of women who uplift and inspire, we will not just rise, we will redefine what it means to be remarkable. Every month, we share our remarkable and rising stories, how we have evolved to be a leader that we are today. This has been published in our monthly newsletter. Don't forget to read the remarkable stories here. You can subscribe by scanning our QR code or the link I will put in the chat in a few minutes. Okay, I will copy. I will copy here.
The link, okay.
The link, perfect, Priya. And we are inviting purpose-driven individuals like you of all genders to join our global community and help us power up impact through connection, creativity, and leadership. Social media champion, volunteer, remote, help amplify our voice through creative content and community engagement, and web design and developer, other volunteer working remote, research and build a user-friendly, cost-effective platform to connect and inspire our network. Both roles are 100% remote. If you are interested, apply in the link I will share right now in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecilia.
And now let me introduce the moderator of the day, Priya, our Women Power Up Network main leader. Priya is a mother of two, author, blogger, women in power believer, dreamer, creator, and futurist, an agile evangelist and deliver director, spearheading the quality engineer India team for resource and in energy transition sector. She leads an agile community of practice within the organizations of plus than 700 members across 40 countries, evangelizing agile practice across all levels in the organization. She is a speaker for national and international conference on digital, agile, and project management. She lives in Mumbai with her husband and two kids. She is a Bollywood enthusiast who currently exploring her vocal talent with Bollywood songs. Well, she holds the executive committee position with Capgemini Toastmasters Club as the president of the club. Since January 2020, she has been building a women community, Women Power Up Network, a virtual community of around 900 women around the globe. Being good enough is amazing. We power up. This is, I hand over the stage to Priya.
Thank you, Cecilia. And thank you, everyone, for joining today. Today, we are going to hear some ordinary stories. Well, I would say they are all extraordinary because they have created an extraordinary impact. And extraordinary impact does not only come from superheroes. You have seen the slide that we have presented. So it got a superhero theme. But people, today we bring together a remarkable group of change makers from our own Power Squad. 4 leaders who prove that extraordinary impact does not come from perfection, but it comes from courage, connection, and purpose in action. And with this, I will start introducing the panelist of the day. And to introduce first, I will go to Carol Ann. And Carol Ann, I think when I went through your profile, the first punchline that comes to my mind is Carol Ann is a connector. So meet Carol Ann, the connector. She embodies the superpower of empathy and building relationships across every space she enters. Carol Ann, would you want to say hi to everyone, give a small brief introduction about yourself?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm coming to you from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, Canada's Technology Triangle area. I'm not here today because I've got everything figured out. I'm here because I've lived a life full of small moments that actually ended up making a difference and mattering to people. I've been the person people come to when they feel overwhelmed, unheard, or unsure of where to start. My background is a mix of project work, community work, and helping people navigate change when they don't feel ready for it. What I've learned is that ordinary actions, checking in, speaking up gently, and helping someone find clarity creates extraordinary impact. And today, throughout this discussion, I look forward to sharing some real stories about courage, connection, and purpose. And I hope something in my stories and the rest of my fellow panelists helps inspire you to do what you can wherever you are in the world to make a difference for each other. We rise up together by supporting one another. Thank you for the opportunity here today.
Thank you, Carolyn. And that was so amazing. The way you put everything together and ended with we rise up together by supporting each other. And that is exactly what this community is all about. With this, we move on to Carla. And when I look at Carla, I just feel that she is the purpose builder. So, Carla, introducing you as a purpose builder, an agile transformation leader, and a mentor. Carla, would you want to say hi to each other and briefly introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, everybody. I'm from Brazil, but I'm living in Spain, Zaragoza. You can see the picture of the city that I'm living here in my background. Well, about my background, I have done several things. I would say that I started my career path with a technology background, but moved it really early to project management. My main focus is in promoting high-performing teams and ways of working inside of companies. Currently, I'm agile coaching in Dreams Odigeo here in Spain. I have a daughter that is 12 years old, Natalia. And well, I am here today to learn from you and sharing our experience. And I would like to say one thing. For me, everyone is an extraordinary person. Maybe not in all roles that we are playing. Sometimes we are not figuring out the impact that we cause. So think about it, because everybody is extraordinary in some place, in some context. So let's learn together.
Excellent, Carla. I love it when you said that everyone is extraordinary. They say every
Yes.
cloud has a silver lining. So, definitely, there is a silver lining in each one of us. And that's where we say that you don't really need to be an expert to support each other. You can just come together and rise together. Thank you, Carla, for that wonderful introduction. And now over to our brand new PMI fellow, Margaret. When I look at Margaret, I just feel she embodies empowerment. She's the empowerment champion. And here is Margaret, the empowerment champion. She embodies purpose with heart, courage with grace. Over to you, Margaret, to introduce yourself.
You are on mute.
Oh, where is Margaret?
Thank you, Priya, for your kind words.
Sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
So I would say that the constant thread in my life has always been learning, creating, and boldly exploring new paths. I am a trailblazer in life. And, my family had financial difficulties when I was a child and a young adult. And I think because of that, we did our best to build a career and become successful and make money in some way. So my journey has always been about growing, trying new things, and doing my best at work. So I like also to serve and to make connections with people. And I think because of that, I am a PMI volunteer since 1999, so 26 years now. Yeah, long journey. And it helped me shape my career and who I am today. PMI is a relevant part of my life, and recently I am volunteering at Agile Alliance as well. So I am so proud to be part of your network, Priya and others, because I think it's very important to people to get connected with others so we can learn and grow together. So congratulations you for this event, and mostly about this idea to have this network.
Thank you, Margaret. And I really do concur with your views on PMI, because PMI actually gave me a stage to express my views. So I was always a backbencher, but because of PMI today, I'm a confident speaker. I'm a confident leader. I have a lot to improve, of course, but because of the opportunities that PMI Global gave me, I think I'm an inch towards becoming a better leader. So thank you, Margaret. And we move on. I believe Lee is there. Cecilia, do you see Lee on the call? Not yet?
No, he's
All right.
not
So,
here.
No, no yet.
okay.
I'm sorry, I was mute.
Yeah, no problem. We will move on. There's a question that comes to my mind, and this question is open to all the panelists here. When you zoom out on your journey, just as Margaret said, right? She started with a very humble beginnings, and there was a lot of financial problems, but she trailblazed through it and she made it happen. So, what is that pattern that you see repeating itself in your journey, Carla? How
Well,
do you
for
overcome
me,
challenges? Yeah.
uh, I would say that for me, what always comes to my mind is that I am totally capable to learn. For me, as Margaret has mentioned, it's learning. If I don't know, I can ask for support, I can learn, I can understand how to do it. So my path, I would say, that's based on learning experiment and learning from experiment, learning from fails. And about failures, I would like to say that we need to learn how to forgive ourselves and move forward, because we are going to always fail in something in our life. So it's an opportunity also to learn. So I
Excellent.
learned that even you
Yeah.
fail, you need to forgive you, learn something from that, and do the next step.
Yeah. And I believe Einstein once said, right? I have not failed. I have not failed 100 times. I have found 100 ways to move towards my goal. So it also aligns with the agile principles of failing forward. That means you fail, but you learn from your failures and you are moving a step forward towards your goal. So that's an amazing.
Actually, there is another word that we learn when we are studying and being coaching, that instead of failure is an expected result. Just was unexpected. So what can I learn from this unexpected result? That's it.
Yeah. All right. So from tomorrow onwards, we are not going to call anything as a failure. We will say unexpected result that has given me some learning. Yeah, that's a very positive way to put forward. Carolyn, what pattern do you think in your story keeps repeating again and again?
Thank you, Priya, for this wonderful question. It's a chance to share my triple E philosophy. For me, my common theme throughout my life has been to encourage, educate, and empower people so that they can navigate change with clarity, dignity, and hope. No matter what role, industry, or season that I find myself in, I've always been attracted to spaces where people are feeling overwhelmed, they're transitioning, or they're trying to make sense of what comes next. I become the person who listens, explains, translates, organizes, and helps them to move forward clearly. And whether I'm working with newcomers, supporting families, building digital literacy programs, Preserving stories, organizing information, guiding teams, or creating community spaces, the pattern has always remained the same for me. I seek to bring calm to confusion, clarity to complexity, and bring difficulty to or bring dignity to difficult moments. And I help people move forward without losing themselves. This is the thread that has connected the past, the present, and the future for me. It's been a lifetime of encouraging others, educating through knowledge and structure, and empowering people to rise up with hope and confidence. Back to you, Priya.
That's so amazing. Triple E, encourage, educate, and empower. And I wish each one of us could do that. At least one E, if not all the three E's. Thank you, Carol-Ann, for this amazing trend that you introduce us to. Margaret, what trend do you think, or the pattern do you think keeps repeating in your journey?
Yes, I told you about my histories. In some way, we are a result of our history, right? And you can do good things or bad things. It depends on you how to react to the stuff on the life. And I think that my pattern is to make the best I can and to produce a lot. I like some people say I am a workaholic, and I am. I like, I have books. I wrote a lot of books. I like to write. I like to travel. I like to be part of different part of groups and communities. I volunteer a lot, and I work a lot as well. So I think that the pattern, maybe I will have to stop one day, but is to take advantage of the life that God gave us and do something. Not be just do just small things. You have to encourage, to be courageous, to take new, paths, to experiment things, to do some new things, and to challenging you to be further. So I think this is my way of life nowadays. And in my work, I like also to share with governments, for example. That is why my main focus is to bring some good practice to the government. And I have this kind of anxiety to make companies and teams more productive, because I am like that. I like to use my time to do stuff, to produce relevant stuff. So this is my partner, I think.
Thank you, Margaret. What I have understood is you love to live your life large. So, what happens in our lives are not within our control, but how we react to the situation is definitely within our control. So, thank you for those nuggets of wisdom, Margaret. We will move on to something which is very, very important in today's world, the power of connections. So, how do you build trust within a community, especially when people feel, unheard or vulnerable, or they think, oh, but should I, ask this question because people will think I'm stupid. So, this question is for you, Carol-Ann, because you have this triple E philosophy in life, right? Encourage, educate, and empower. So, how do you build trust within a community when there is, people who are feeling unheard?
Okay, one moment that has showed me the power of empathy, not expertise, happened with a staff member who kept missing visual cues in a project workflow. At first, my go-to was, the expert response in me says, offer them more retraining, train, give them more detailed instructions. And then I caught myself. took a deep breath and said, what if I asked one simple question? Is there anything in the process that feels harder than it should? He hesitated. Then he admitted he was colorblind and couldn't distinguish between the red and yellow and green indicators that everyone else was relying on. We immediately redesigned the visual system with patterns and labels instead of just color alone. His performance improved overnight, not because he changed, but because the system finally worked for him. That moment reinforced that empathy is not a detour from efficiency. In fact, it's often the most direct path to it.
Yeah, that's so amazing because it reminds me something called as positive coaching. Last week I was going through this course on Toastmasters, and where it said a positive coach, and you are a Toastmaster yourself, effective coaching. And positive coaching is where you build trust. Instead of saying you are wrong, you try to find a solution to it by saying let's fix it. And that reminds me of that positive coaching tip that I learned last week. Thank you, Carol-Ann, for that. And that's how you, with empathy, you build connections within the community where people feel, okay, no one wants to hear me. No, if I say something, people will think I'm stupid. That is a very good way to go about it. And I hope we will be able to use that in our daily lives tomorrow onwards. Let's talk about failure. I know, Carla, you said that learn from your failures. So failures can be success. So what are your learnings from your failures stories? Carla?
I could say that I have learned more related to my failures, about my failures, than my success. Because when we failure is, I mentioned before, it's an expected result, right? So if you would take some time to understand what that happened, and you can find the root cause, you can change it. You can do something different next time. Another thing that I would like to share is never judge any decision that you take in the past, because you took the best decision that you could with the knowledge that you had at that moment. For me, this was a freedom, because I was so rigid with me, just thinking about why I did that or didn't do another thing. So yes, for me is that failure is an opportunity to understand the root cause, what was not the way that I was expecting, and what could I do different. And sometimes with a failure, we can achieve something that we had no idea that we could do it, right?
Yeah.
So I could say that.
You discover your hidden potential. Is that what you're saying, Carla, through failures?
We see a lot in medical spaces that they discover a new medicine or something because they failure in their research.
Yeah. So, Margaret, what you embody a lot of power of personal courage. How has your failure stories have helped you to move forward in life?
Okay. Well, I agree with Carla. I don't believe in failure. I believe in learning, always, always. I think the only failure that you can have is if you're not trying to do some stuff. If you are not trying, you are failing. But if you try, you learn. Even in the worst scenario, you learn something. So I think that because I am kind of courageous, and my husband say I'm brave, and I believe on him because I do stuff without being 100% prepared, because some people like to plan and not act. and I think we have to act and learn. And you said something about the lean principle, and I believe it's true in life as well. We have to try to learn, we do again, and so not wait to be 100% ready to do some stuff. And in my mistakes, in the past I was afraid to do some stuff. I'd like to plan before try something, and I understood that it was not good. So I learned to be more, courageous to do stuff early, of course, with some precautions, about your reputation or what you deliver, but in a safe place to try stuff. So I think I learned a lot with my mistakes, more than my success, of course. I think it's we don't learn with success because everything goes smooth and you didn't
Yeah.
understand what happened. But when you fail, you see what was wrong or not wrong, what could be was unexpected, as Carla said, and how to to do better next time. So I learned a lot my mistakes, and I had mistaken a lot. It's not a new thing for me, and I'm not afraid of trying. Never. I do stuff without not judge me, because I know it's part of the game. So I learned that. So I think it's good to people to not be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to try. You learn and you do amazing things if you try.
Yeah, thank you, Margaret. And that reminds me of my trait also. I hate waiting for a perfect plan. I believe done is better than being perfect, right? Because you never know. Your you may have a perfect plan, but the time is already gone, right, to deliver.
Mhm.
So it's better you try out with what you have and then make refinements on your deliveries. That's a principle I love to place in work life as well as as well as in personal life, because every day when I progress, it motivates me, right? Otherwise I'm just at point zero with a perfect plan. I have nothing that I have accomplished. So thank you, Margaret, for that. And I just saw Lee joining in. So Lee, thank you for joining in. What the question now straight away goes to you on the power of connections. How do you build trust within the community, especially when people feel unheard?
Mute.
Lee, you're there?
It's on
I
mute.
don't hear. He's on mute. Lee, you're on mute. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
How
Okay,
about that? Is that better?
why? Sorry. Yeah,
Is
now
that
we can
better?
hear. Yeah, better.
Okay. As some of you ladies know, I've been in this business about 60 years, and there's really nothing that we'll say today that I probably haven't heard dozens of times. I've been described as similar to a bad rash. You just can't get rid of it. And so I'm really happy to be with you all today. I have some really wonderful experiences to share if we have time, and I think that this particular session is really sort of a great culmination of a year of activities for our group. So I'm looking forward to hearing your responses as well as sharing mine.
Thank you, Lee. My question to you was on the power of connections. You are a huge connector. You have so many connections all over the globe. So, how do you build that? The power of connections.
Well, for me, that's kind of the key to my success. Is I have started building networks of contacts when I was but a wee child. And so I have hundreds of thousands, which lends me the capability to, depending on the topic, go to a source that is known for that topic. So I have the flexibility of looking smarter than I probably really am.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but you're still not sharing your secret. How did you build those connections? Is it because you started early?
Yeah, I started probably when I was 19 or 20 years
Oh.
old, probably about 60 years ago, because I began to realize there's no way I'm going to ever learn all the things I need to learn. So therefore, the easiest way to do that is to categorize people by their knowledge base. And so if I need help or need some definition, I know the right place to go. So I have an extensive list that started probably in about 1967, 68, somewhere in that time frame when I was with General Electric. And is to this day still comes in very, very handy when I need big answers to big problems.
Excellent. So to get big answers to big problems, all you have to reach out to your network. So build your connections, start early. It's not too late. We can start today. And if you still need help, reach out to Lee. He has lots of connections. He can get you connected to anyone. I personally do. Whenever I need something for the community, I reach out to Lee and always I get an answer. He has someone who has the expertise to help us out. Thank you, Lee, for your support. With this, we move on to Carla. If someone feels that they are not brave enough, what would you tell them about starting anyway?
For me, courage isn't a feeling you wait for. It's a muscle you build by taking the first small step. So I believe that we all have moments where we feel like an imposter sometimes, where the gap between where we are and where we want to be feels so wide. And I can share with you two quick stories about my career path related to being a brave. Well, my first story is about how I became a project/program manager completely by accident. For me, it wasn't something that I had planned to be. So many years ago, more than 20 years ago, I was working as a software design in Brazilian Army. I was lieutenant. I don't know if you know, but I was lieutenant in Brazilian Army. And as I had some certifications and knowledge, I had the opportunity to be hired by a major multinational high-tech company to be the same role, to play the same role, software designer. This role doesn't exist anymore. It was a role between the architecture and software developers. We don't have this role anymore. So, but on my first day, I was told the 5 vacancies that they had published were canceled, okay? But because they had already hired me, they offered me the only role that they were truly desperate to have, that it was project manager. I has never been a project manager. But I was in my mid-20s at the time, and I had tons of self-doubt, but I said yes. What I didn't know that time was that I wasn't just managing a single project. I was thrown into a massive program with 3 interdependent projects, around 130 people in these 3 teams. And I had almost no support from the company, from my colleagues. For months, I was completely lost, but I didn't give up. There was a day that I would go home in tears because the pressure is really, really high. But I never stopped believing in my ability to learn. Because of that, I mentioned learning. I thought I will learn how to deal with that. I'm gonna find a way. And even it's a pain, I gonna learn. And I didn't was a superhero, but I learned the most important thing that I have in my toolbox is to recognize and identify the natural leaders within the teams. I discovered that I couldn't deal by myself, but I could identify people that could collaboratively work with me, right? So we took a program that it was practically failing and go it back on track. And this experience was a huge boost in my career because I took the decision to say yes, even it was a huge challenge. And I would say that the most important lesson that I learned was don't let imposter syndrome hold you back. Embrace the challenge, trust in your ability to quickly fill the gaps, and remember that your capacity to learn is your greatest asset that you have. I have a second story that is shorter than this one that I can share with you that is related my movement to Spain, right? That I'm living now. The job that I applied for required fluent English. I didn't had a fluent, and I believe that I still don't have a fluent English, okay? But I had confidence in my knowledge and my professional expertise. So I didn't let this missing skill of fluent English to stop me. So I applied and went to the interview, and here I am, right? So we need to trust in our value, in our knowledge, in our capacity of learning. So I would say that courage is simple, prioritize your goals over your fears. The voice of doubt will always be there. Always we have doubt about should I, shouldn't I? It's normal. Hear it, acknowledge it, and then start anyway. The learning begins the moment you say yes. This is my comment about being brave and have courage.
Yeah, so what I've understood is take the first step. Prioritize your goals over your fears and always keep learning. Yes, I also truly believe very early in my career I used to be very scared. Should I take the risk? I used to be at the backbench, never take a risk. But over the years, looking at such amazing leaders like yourself, Carla, Margaret Lee, and Carol Ann, I have gathered that courage. Somehow I have got that, maybe because I'm becoming older and I feel that, I've enough of life. Why not take the risk now? And most of the time it pays off. Most of the time, at least I would say 80% of the time, I'm able to manage it by taking the risk. Yeah, sometimes I do fail, but I also take every failure as a learning. Thank you, Carla, for that amazing wisdom of nuggets of wisdom. I will move on to Carol Ann now with for the power of empathy. Could you share a moment where empathy, and I believe you've already shared with your experience on that, your team member who was colorblind, but here we want to take a different take where empathy ruled over expertise and it made a difference. Could you share some example from your life on this? Carol Ann?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I think that was the story that I gave you the first time round.
Yes, you did.
So what I've actually prepared is on courage. Would I be able to share that?
Yes, of course. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So for me, a moment had changed everything from my approach to creating voiceovers for my digital literacy project for refugees when a translator on the project told me, I can't do this. She was brilliant in her language, but overwhelmed by the technology. So the easy route for us would have been to just replace her or push her down, push her harder through the workflow. Instead, I took a small but courageous step. I I slowed everything down and asked her to tell me exactly what felt impossible. We discovered the real issue, that her language required more words than in her language than it does in English, making the existing video pacing unworkable. So we rebuilt the process, extended the timing, adjusted the sequencing, and a workflow that respected linguistic reality. Her voiceovers were excellent, and that moment had taught me that courage isn't always bold, but sometimes it's choosing to pause, question the system, and redesign it so people can succeed. And as I reflect further on that, my challenge was to develop training for newcomer refugees to Canada that spoke their native languages were Arab, Rohingya, Somali, and Tigrinya. And of course, I didn't know anything about those languages, but I have the power to learn. And it's something that comes very naturally to me. And like Lee and the power of connection, especially through my Toastmasters, there were people in my Project Managers United Toastmasters group that actually were refugees before they came to Canada. And one of them had tons of connections with Somalians. And that was very hard language for me to find people that could speak that language and hopefully had some semblance of technology. So it wasn't so much the expertise as it was the empathy and the courage to reach out to people all over the world. And I've been doing that all my life, seeking that wisdom, that knowledge that I feel exists in every pocket of the world, and bringing their learned experiences to the table for projects I'm currently working on. And it was just so beautiful to actually connect with other refugees and to hear how they established themselves when they came together to Canada, how they moved up in various tech companies. I think he has now traveled to about 156 different countries. So it's just amazing to be exposed to all these new elements. And I never dreamt when I moved to the big city that I would have such international outreach and the power and to actually connect with people no matter where they are located in the world and have those heartfelt discussions to glean wisdom from people all over. Because as a child, it was just handwriting letters to people and trying to find out their knowledge or if there was a connection to me. And sort of on the side, I'm also a local historian and genealogist. I've been doing that since childhood. So I always had that desire to learn about people and what they've been through and how they continue to show up in the world and make a difference, even though life has been such a battle for them, whether it's persecution, oppression, marginalization. So I look for people that have fallen through the gaps, and I do that through my education more now, whereas I'm encouraging, educating, and empowering people to make a difference, no matter what front, what sector, what industry, what role I have. I want to find out that person's brilliance and what keeps them sustained and what what really makes a difference for them. And I think only by learning empathy and courage and not pretending I'm an expert in every single subject, which I like to be, but as Lee says, you can't be that. You need to have those resources. Now, I'm not where Lee is with hundreds of thousands, but I do have thousands of connections around the world, and I'm becoming known as a super connector, and I just like taking information and finding ways to make that information and the people behind the information, their insights, and to just have them show up in the world and make a difference for each other. Anyone that follows me, especially on my Facebook, will always see a constant theme about supporting one another and making a difference. Thank you, Priya, for the question.
Amazing, Carolyn. Please do share your Facebook link on the chat window. We will also like to connect with you. And Lee, looks like you have a competition here because she is a super connector as well. So watch out, Lee. She might overtake you one day. With this, Lee, I have a small question for you. What small, consistent actions have created this ripple in your career, in your journey? What do you do consistently? I know learning is one of them, but what else do you do consistently to become this huge figure, professional figure that you have today in the project management fraternity?
Yeah, having been focused on this for such a long time, the fact of the matter is, I want all the contacts. I want everybody to be a contact. Now, the way I've started to do that is really kind of using project management methodology. So whenever I'm starting in some new assignment, whatever it may be, I take the time to prepare a stakeholder analysis so that I can begin to see who all is involved with this particular effort, what is their background relative to what we're trying to accomplish. So I'm trying to pin that all down up front so I don't have any false starts. I want to be able to begin the process in a very positive way. And I think the idea behind multi languages and being able to provide empathy to, as you say, refugees. I think that all comes into play when we want to have effective, meaningful communications. People have to understand that we recognize their plight, we recognize the issues that they're facing, and that we can help them work through those. So I spend a lot of time up front, making sure that I know what I'm doing before I try to provide guidance to anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we know that what I have gathered is that you apply PM methodology to everything that you do. You start with the stakeholder analysis and then meaningful communication and support each other. Yes, I think I see that. Now I realize why you are so successfully. I see that in everything that you do. And thank you for that. Margaret, over to you now. If someone feels that, oh, I'm not able to do this, I am ordinary, how can I use my whatever skill I have to create an extraordinary impact?
Oh, good. Before that, I'd like to say something about courage, because you guys said a lot about that, and I think it's very important to people to fear, to not stop because of fear, because courage is not absent of fear, but you do even with fear. So this is important to understand that, fear is a human thing. Everybody has fear to do stuff. So, but not make this stop you, just to remind that. But back to your question about ordinary. And I think, Priya, I believe deep down that everyone is ordinary. So this is the opposite of what Carla said. And it's a different perspective, I think because we are all human with good things, mistakes, fears, and talents, we are ordinary. Even someone like Elon Musk, for example, a genius and a billionaire, has problems and imperfections, right? So some people may disagree with his ideas and talks, for example, but he will leave an extraordinary legacy. So people are ordinary and they do extraordinary things. So everybody is ordinary. We are humans. So I think that be extraordinary will be in some aspects of your life. So my mother, for example, she's a housewife who raised six children with many financial difficulties, and even so, she will leave an extraordinary legacy because she helped six people grow, be strong, be good, do good, and be happy. So in today's world, it's an extraordinary thing, right? So even everybody can do extraordinary things. In fact, as extraordinary impact does not need fame or genius. Some people don't think I'm an ordinary person, I'm an ordinary woman, and they do that because they are extraordinary. No, we are exactly the same. We are exactly the same. So what you need is courage, purpose, vision, focus, and intention to do some stuff. Don't don't let fear stop you. Don't let that imposter syndrome stop you as well. So make sure, be sure that everyone can do extraordinary things in life. And you have just one life, and don't waste your life think you can't do something. So go ahead and do.
You're on mute, I think.
Thank you,
Priya.
Margaret. And the one thing that is coming out very strongly in your stories is that you have one life. Make most of it. And don't let fear stop you. Prioritize your goals over your fears. And yeah, and you said everybody is ordinary, but we can do extraordinary things. Thank you for giving us that courage, that push. Yes, we can also become someday PMI fellow, maybe like you. Thank you, Margaret. With this, we are almost towards the end of our session. I would like someone from the audience, if they want to share any story or a message to the community. Is there anyone who would like to share something from their end? You can unmute and share your story, how you have created an impact to others or to the community.
Hi, Priya.
Anyone?
This is Aparna here.
Yes, please.
Am I
Go ahead.
audible, Priya?
Yes, yes. Aparna.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not able to switch on my video. Excuse me for that. Apologize. So I was listening to all the distinguished speakers here, and I'm extremely feeling happy about the stories shared by each and everyone. And it's absolutely great to listen to Mr. Lee as always, and it is very inspiring. And as usual, Priya, you are a great moderator, and the beautiful words coming from you as always. So I want to share a few things from that's coming from my experiences. Being with the PMI for more than 16, 17 years as a member and more than 10 years as a volunteer. So how it feels like learning and connecting with other people, as well as, first of all, I would say that everyone, each and every member need to show up first. Show up when there is a chapter events are going on, or when there is a networking opportunity is available with everyone. So make yourself available and present, and that's where an opportunity for each one of us to learn from others, as well as how we can actually grow as a person, as a professional, in both the ways, how it adds value. And in turn, we will be able to contribute back to the society, the community, as well as to the profession. So this is coming from my experiences, where I have actually been part of some social impact initiatives, including the PMI EF Education Foundation initiatives and some NGO initiatives, where PMI is a platform where it is giving opportunities for many people so they can live up to their passion and they can identify their inner potential so that they can contribute back. So it's kind of identifying and who are you and what are you good at and best at. So that's what is my experience, Priya. Thank you for this opportunity, and I thank each and every speaker here to add value to this great conversation. I know very few members are there, but this is a great session, I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Aparna. Yes, what you have to first show off, definitely. If you don't show up and stay in the corner of your house, definitely you cannot take advantage of the opportunities that different platforms are there to offer. So, and when you show up, you are actually creating a lot of connections. And when I say, and it's in my experience, it's not that you just go to a project management community. Try some other community as well, because when you connect with different people, you get more and more innovative ideas. And we always say diverse connections lead to innovative solutions. And this is a very good idea that you have shared with our community, Aparna. Thank you for that. And with this, we will open up for questions. If there are any questions for the panelists, please, you could unmute and you can share with the panelists, and we'll be happy to take them.
Okay.
Do we
Okay.
have
In
any
first
questions?
place, I want to say thank you very much to all the panelists and to you, Priya, too, for all your insights and your experiences and sharing the journey you make to be what are you right now. It was very inspiring. I love all your comments. And I agree with you a lot of the things you have said today, and especially I want to highlight the great experience that PMIs gave to me, because of the people I had the opportunity to meet. All of you, we met from PMI, and many other very valuable people. And I think that being in this great community, this great family, is an opportunity to receive and to give back. And I know many young people, young women and boys, ladies and boys, that they can learn a lot of us, and we can learn a lot of them. So I think that the diversity is very helpful for all of us, and that are connections, that network. So I think the richest part of our community and this Women Power Up Network and Agile Alliance and Toastmasters, all that kind of community are a very good place to have networking, to learn one from each other. So it's very important to be connected and know that we all can share something, or we all can give something of value for the other people, and the other people can give us. And other thing I want to comment and sharing with Carla said, and I know many of us have the same problem, is the English, the language. So even for me, my mother language is Spanish, but I had to speak English. I learned a lot of or studied many years English, but I'm not fluently in English. So it's a barrier. We have to break and to take courage and to take courage to speak whatever we can. So I want to say we are not perfect. We are ordinary, as Margaret said, but even with these barriers, we can make some impact to other people. So thank you. I found this session very insightful. I love this session. So thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Cecilia. And
Thank
really,
you.
it was an
you.
amazing experience for me to talk to the super stars or superpowers that we had on the panel today. Is there any question from anyone else, Cecilia? Okay, Margaret gives us a heart. Thank you, Margaret. Okay. All right.
Priya, I
So,
have a question.
sure. Go ahead.
Okay, I would like to ask my role model, who doesn't know he's my role model yet, Lee Lambert. If I'm going to inspire to be somebody like you and even increase my super connector abilities, I want to know how somebody like you sustains your pace. There are some weeks I go to like 18 events, but they might be in virtual, maybe 2 or 3 in person and that. But everywhere I go lately, I feel like you're starting to show up. You've been at my Project Management Institute Canada Tech Triangle Symposium. You've spoke at my Toastmasters, Project Managers United Toastmasters. I showed up here. You're here too. How do you sustain your energy levels to keep doing all this, whether it's virtual or in person? Thanks.
That's a great question. I really respond in a very candid way. It's really about drugs. And so that's really the only way I can stay on top of it. But no, the fact of the matter is I love people. And so this is an opportunity to just meet more people, to get to understand more people. So I can't think of a time I've ever said no matter how many hours of flight it is, because I just can't wait to get there and meet new people. So I think you have to really make up your mind as what's important to you. And basically nothing is as important to me as you. And that's sort of the way I address it in all ways.
Thanks, Lee. May you continue to inspire many of us, and thank you for being here as I believe you're a club advisor, and your influence and your advice is very valuable to people all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline, and thank you, Lee. With this, I think we are at the end of the session. I will share my screen again. And Cecilia, you can do the honors.
Okay, thank you, Priya. And please, Lee, receive the certificate of appreciation. And it's not only because of you are part of this panel, but it's also because you are our mentor and our supporter from in this community, Women Power Up Network. So thank you very much and receive this certificate.
Well, y'all been a pleasure to work with in this last year or so.
Thank you.
Lee.
And Caroline, please receive this certificate of appreciations. I love all your comments and insights and thoughts in this panel. So thank you very much. Carla is our friend from PMI and from Women Power Up Network, and we also could write a collaborative book together. And it was thanks to a Women Power Up session, because I knew Carla in a session here in this community with Network. And after that, she presented one collaborative book. Do you remember, Carla? And after that, she mentored us to write the book, the leadership, the female leadership book. Margaret was also a contributor. So Carla, thank you, and please receive this certificate of appreciation.
Thank you for giving us this space. It's amazing. It's amazing, this space for us, for all of us.
Thank you, Carla.
Carla.
Yes. And my other friend, Margaret, thank you for being here. Thank you for always respond to our askings, because last month I said, Margaret, can you write your remarkable story for the newsletter? Yes. And we have your contribution very, very quickly. So thank you very much. And thank you for sharing your thoughts and experience. And congratulations again for your recently PMI Fellow Award.
And thank you so much for accepting me in this team, because I think it's an amazing team and we learn a lot. And I think you are doing a purposeful thing to help women to speak up, to be leader, to not be afraid, to grow, to go to the world and make things happen. So I'm so proud of you guys, and I will be here whenever and wherever I can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Margaret. And Priya, our lead. Thank you, Priya, for creating this space, because she's the creator, the founder of Women Power Up Network. So thank you, because we are all together here because of your network, because of your work. Priya is all the time, everything, every day she is working. I can't believe when and from where she's working, because she's working the whole day at there. So thank you, Priya, because thanks you, we are all together here sharing our experiences and learning all together. So thank you very much, and for moderating this wonderful panel. Receive this certificate, Priya, for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cecilia. And I would say, I remember this word Ubuntu, which says it's an African word, which says I am because you are. So I am what I am because of this community. So thank you everyone for supporting us so much. Cecilia, you as well, always showing up for every event, and Lee Lambert also, every event he is here. Thank you very much for supporting us. And with this, Cecilia, we wrap up the last event of the year. Team, let us know what do you think by taking the poll, Menti poll again. We will be back in February 2026. We would love to hear what you want us to cover in our next year's webinars. And for that, we will be rolling out a short survey to each one of you, and to understand your interests better. And with that, we will wrap up the event for the year today, right now. But don't go away. We still have to take a group picture. Cecilia, with this, we can stop the recording, and we will, please, if you can, switch on your cameras. Let us take a group picture.